Good morning, you guys. Welcome back to Southern Latitudes. I'm Robin. I garden in East Central Florida, and this is going to be a bit of a garden tour 2 days after the October surprise. And I'm calling it that because it is a no-name storm. We do have Hurricane Melissa about to hit Jamaica today, which is just devastating and awful. There's no other, just only awful words to describe what's going to go on down there and is already going on down there. But 2 days ago, we received almost 16 inches of rain in my yard. And then last night, we got 1.25 inches, which I'm so thankful that's all it was. And the storm started later. It was not as harsh. It was much more gentle rain. And Jack knew I was he's fatigued. I'm fatigued from the storm the day before because we didn't have power all night. And we did nap, but it's not the same as when you get a restorative, real night's sleep. So, anyhow, with all that said, I'm feeling a little bit better today. Hopefully, going to have a somewhat normal day. And I just thought we would just kind of gently go through, show you what the rain affected, what it didn't. It didn't seem to touch the papayas or the Barbados cherry, although it probably knocked some cherries out, but because I don't see a lot of fresh cherries on there. But my pool, which the pump has been broke for a while, and it just came in the mail yesterday, was way below the water line, below the return line. So it filled up 6-7 inches till it began overflowing. And we have a moat around it to protect it because it's really an above ground pool. And so this is actually good. It's down about 6-7 inches. This little moat around it is just filled with water. It's not good, but it will recede, and it does do that during hurricanes. Not, it's not fantastic, but it is the system we have in place. Buddy, come on. Everything's pretty good. I think the banana was already falling down. Even the blooms came back yesterday pretty good. Just needs a good cleanup. I did notice the turmeric here and in the other location are all splayed out. So, but they're already, as you can see, yellowing and weakening because it's about time for them to go into their winter mode, and almost time for them to be crispy, and then I harvest them. The olive tree had been strung up, and I see one of the strings is still there. Okay, this one has been broken up here, but that's okay. It's still up there, doing good. I'll have to pull a lot of moss in the coming days. There's going to be a lot of things I will have to do, but that's normal with food forest and gardening. Okay, here we are at the house garden, and it looks pretty much like it did when I left it. Oh, buddy, really? I had already pulled, this was already eaten up by a lot of bugs, so I had just put down fresh seed, and so that should be popping up in a day or two. With all the rain, I'm sure it germinated those seeds. I'm seeing a lot of this. Things that weren't tied or still in the cage, are falling over. So there's going to be a lot of that. But everything that was caged was pretty good. I see one kind of back here that fell over. But overall good. I had, I don't know about the babies over there, but I have a little baby Swiss chard here because this is definitely not enough to hold me. The basil did okay. The beans, of course, are attached. That's a beautiful hedge, isn't it? These beans, a lot of them are ready to pick. So, yeah, we'll be picking those in the coming days. They seem to be okay, in spite of all the craziness. The tomatoes here still have their blooms on them. I don't see tomatoes, really. I haven't, but our nights have still been kind of warmish. And the blossoms may be falling off there. I have baby cucumbers here. They were green. They look like they have rotted practically overnight. Oh, some of that's bug damage too. I should have picked that sooner. Oh, here's one. Here's a decent one, if the bugs don't get it. I really like this bush type. It puts out a lot of blooms. Although this is maybe not, you know, it's best. This is definitely not the best presentation of it. So the carrots laid over from all the rain, but they'll pop back up. I'm sure they will. I have some honey supertunias from Proven Winners that are going to go in the ground when I figure out where and when. And these are other tomatoes. A lot of these are Julie's heirloom tomatoes, whichever. And the black strawberry were the first tomato babies to bloom. I need a cup of coffee. And now I bought this. This is Moby cherry tomato. I bought this already kind of grown up at the Ace Hardware in Titusville. If you're around here, I know a lot of you are kind of near me. And that's a Immokalee. I have more Immokalees. They're round. I'm having a rough, well, it was a good season, but it's getting rougher. It'll get better. It'll get better because the cold weather's actually coming in pretty soon. We'll go through the grow table here in just a second. I wanted to, before I forget, show you the, oh, I got dirt all over my hand. The fog looks amazing up there. The weather is definitely turning. I'm enjoying that. So the snapdragons did great. I need to get the peppers in the ground. I have one leftover cauliflower. I did put the other ones in the ground the day before the storm. So this one I just found no home for, but now perhaps I have a home for it. This is one of the 2 trays that you saw me sow maybe 2 weeks ago on the 14th. And we had a lot of alyssum come up, and something came through and totally ate that. Something topped a lot of things. Now this is leeks, but I had this bee-friendly mix. Something topped a lot of these as well. And some just got covered up because they were flooded with rain. But those will pop back up. Oh, look. Looky, looky. One of my artichokes is up. Yes. And the golden yarrow, thank goodness, I only put 3 in the ground and I put 2 up here. And so the ones that stayed on the table survived. I don't think the ones in the south garden, the market garden, I think those are gone. And look, something is definitely, yesterday it was only one of these cleared out, and now look, whatever it is coming up here and totally enjoying a meal on the house. The asparagus are doing their thing. They need to be in the ground for winter. They're starting to, their tops are dying back, which is normal. I mean, I'm not worried about that, but I do need to get them in the ground. Lots of baby orange nasturtiums I've saved. Pardon me, I've got a lot of allergies going on with all this rain and probably got the mold going. The fig, we've eaten a couple figs already. They're not huge, but they sure are delicious. Absolutely delicious. We'll look at this table real quick, but everything looks great on this grow table, except for what was left over celery are now drowning a little bit. Yeah, we'll take care of that later. But I do have a couple in cups. Anise hyssop, lemon bee balm everywhere. This was tied up and this broke its rope. So, I mean, it's just the nature of being, the water does drain this way off of the boat barn by design. And so it came off, and that's why I usually tie these. And this one is still tied. But this one, ugh, it broke. It broke. So that's not good, and that's not recoverable, if that's a word. It looks like, oh, look, baby thyme. The other yarrow is looking good. I still have baby yarrow and cauliflower over here in case. And this is my black-eyed Susan, some kale. So the Harmony mix stalk. I had a couple calendulas. Really, I don't know. I don't have the secret to calendula for sure. The baby's breath. It looks like all that's going to survive pretty good. Now let me take you over here to salsa garden because this also looks good. Okay, this is Athena cantaloupe, and you know, it looks like the ends of its leaves got chewed on, although that's probably just ripping from all the rain or something like that. I'm thinking, I mean, this weather could have brought out slugs too, but overall really good. The peas look pretty good. I have some open gaps in here, and that was my fault with the irrigation, but that's been fixed. And but that's what originally happened on the germination part. The second row of peas looks fantastic. Not really any damage. It's amazing that this yard took, if you add it up, like 17 and a half, almost 18 inches worth of rain in the last 2 days. Crazy. These cucumbers are going to look fantastic. So it's okay that the other ones might die. Look great. The peppers held on. They're tied up pretty well. I think all my peppers are fading because it's becoming winter. This chili has put out till the cows come home. Oh my gosh. It's doing great. The eggplant, of course, all that stuff is tied up. The carrots splayed down. That'll recover. The artichokes look good. The babies have popped, the ones we put in the ground. Oh, you guys don't know about that because I am jumping ahead of that video. That's the next video for you, is my artichokes. So they're up and out of the ground and doing great. The squash here could look better, but I'll take it. I'll take it for what it's worth. I did put in like a few new seeds down there. Sunflowers fell over, of course. They just couldn't stand up on their own with all that rain. I am very pleased that this celery, I don't think the front celery, I have 2 patches of celery. I don't think the front celery is going to make it too well. But the back celery looks pretty good considering. A lot of torture. This is sweet cayenne. I have some kales here. This looks to be the Red Russian. I think that's the curly Scotch, blue curled Scotch. I had more, they died off, but that wasn't from the storm. I have, Jimmy Nardello peppers. And I don't know why, it could be this eggplant shading them out, but the center ones, I don't know, maybe not getting enough irrigation as well, but those that did look great. And then this was, I don't remember, oh, this was a healthy bell, I believe, and it's died, but, you know, it's a year old. And then we have some more bell peppers of whatever variety that look okay. Now, here's the sad part. This is the one thing that is a little discouraging. So I had a lot of apple blossoms on here, and I had a couple that looked like they had made it. This one looks like it might still make it. Ugh, it's got slime on it. But a lot of the blooms that were here got knocked off, unfortunately. These are here. That's kind of hopeful. Maybe they got pollinated. This is overall the tree is Devonshire Corydon, sitting on a bud 9 rootstock, if you know apples. This is also Devonshire Corydon, which is an apple that comes from England, and it dates back to like 1700s. So this would also be one. This, though, right here, I think is Lady Williams apple. I don't remember a lot of her history off the top of my head. And then the Granny Smith blooms are not doing great, but they're kind of there. The bees have not been real regular to these trees. What are you? This is the bite me apple. And look at the blooms coming right off the main stalk. That's pretty cool. This is also a bite me, which is a relatively, like, maybe a 4-year-old variety from the Pacific Northwest, was bred by Stephen Eckholm, and it's on a bud 9 rootstock, and it has different grafts on it as well. Golly, I can't even read these tags after summer. Burgundy. So this is a burgundy graft. What is over my head? Did you hear that flapping? I think it's either vultures or it's going to be the white ibis. They like to roost in my trees. Anyhow, we won't go through all of the varieties, but that's cool. That's brand new. So this tree's behind, obviously. Oh my goodness. There's my graft. I did a lot of grafting on both these trees, and each tree has 3 varieties on it. So I had approximately 50% of my grafts survive and take. So that was fantastic. We're going to go through very quickly through here. I did let my chickens out to higher ground. Not all of them are awake right this moment. The stone fruit is what I'm trying to get out my mouth. So this is like peach, the nectarine. There's a plum back there. That's star fruit. That'll be okay. Although it doesn't. It's got some nutritional thing that I can't get going, but it's loaded with fruit. So and then this is a white peach. So they're in that stage where it's that time of year where they're starting to go yellow and they'll start dropping their leaves. I see that question a lot on different Facebook gardening forums, and we got a lot of new gardeners and food foresters out there, and I love seeing that. And they need information like this. Maybe you already know it, but there's a lot of people who don't know that. And then if you have avocados that you've put in the ground, they will stay evergreen, even though they're not typical evergreen like a spruce or some, one of those type of things. But yes, this tree took the year off from fruiting, so there's no fruit on it. The year before had about 25 pieces of fruit, avocados. It's a winter Mexican. It survived the storm just fine. By the way, the coop I showed in the last video was very squishy, but it's so much better right now. I walked in it this morning and it's doing great. Yeah, so, and then I have a black sapote. Has not fruited, but it has flowered. Then a sunred nectarine, a sweet almond bush. I have some alamanda underneath there. We have the pineapple pit, which in some ways that rain helped knock the grass down so I can see the spears. That was helpful because I got to come in here and I've got to clean this whole bed up. But I didn't do it in summer for sure. And, oh, this is new. What is this? This red rust? That's not rust. Fungal. I bet that's fungal. I'll need to spray when everything dries out. It's not a good time to spray though, Robin. See all these blooms? It's loaded with blooms and baby fruit. And usually the blooms are on the bottom side of a star fruit. So they would have survived all that rain. Now, this, I've hit it with everything. I cannot get it to turn dark green. I've given it 2 or 3 iron applications, magnesium applications. I've hit it with manures, mushroom compost. I don't know. Maybe it's a pH issue. I don't know what it is. The new leaves always look green and good when they first start. Well, they're kind of yellow. So they're not happy today, that's for sure. But then they do this. I just can't get it. I don't know. Buddy, I don't know what you're doing, but stop. There's a jelly fig. I have some Vitex, or chase trees right here in the back, and then I have a black mulberry in the front. It will lose its leaves too. The fig will lose its leaves. The plum will lose its leaves. The sweet almond will keep its leaves, in case you're wondering. This is a dwarf everbearing mulberry. Now, it looked great until this rain. Buddy, what? I put dirt there to fill a hole. There's nothing in that hole. I mean, as far as whatever he thinks he's smelling. Crazy dog. Now, it had some mulberries on this. Maybe one right there. It's not doing real good. I don't hold up any hope for fall mulberries. Oh well. The flower bed here looks like a little bit of a rain disaster. What are you doing, buddy? I don't know. He must smell something, a mole or something. He doesn't normally do that. Buddy. Hey, bud. Hey. I don't know what's going on. It's a root. You see the root right there? Oh my gosh. That soil is so wet down there. Come on. Let's distract him. Let's go on through the food forest, which I want to do a really good food forest tour for you. We'll just walk through it real quick. The strawberries are alive. They did great in that. Bush daisy here. I have a loquat and Chicago hardy fig. Everything's good in here. Oh, that's a big spider web. I don't think you guys can see that. Oh, I'm going to carefully go around it. And grape leaves. Grapevines will lose their leaves, so that's coming. I have hot cayenne peppers in here. And cubanelles. Which, y'all, I am so certain. I had put a cubanelle next to a Mama Rosa pepper. Identical flavors, identical sizes, identical colors. I'm pretty certain they're in the same family. And I started to do some research on that, and I got called away from my phone. And so I never did get to see what AI was going to tell me. Let me just share with you real quick. Okay, so we have wild coffee berries. We have Mexican sunflowers up here, which are doing great. We have gumachama. Wow, okay. That rain has put a lot of weird spots on my plants. This normally is just a beautiful, shiny, dark green leaf. You know, see how it's lightened up? That is excessive water, so that will probably, hopefully go away as this whole ground dries out. I'm sorry, I'm so distracted. Buddy, where are you going? As my mom used to say, you going to China? Did your moms do that? Maybe it's just my generation. He's digging to China. Buddy's other nickname is Muddy Buddy because he grew up on this property just as it was cleared, and so it was fresh dirt everywhere, and he absolutely learned to love digging holes because of it. The blackberry vines look fantastic. The Turk's cap hibiscus. Oh, I need to get a new brain. The Turk's cap hibiscus here is looking pretty good. It's a little splayed out on the bottom. Look at the blooms it's holding onto. Oh my gosh, everywhere. And of course, look at the color. It always gives me Christmas color. And it will hold on to its leaves until the absolute heat of summer, and it drops everything in an instant. Everything in an instant. And that's when you should prune it. But I didn't do it this year, and so now it looks to be 2 or 3 times as big as it should. Because Mama didn't get in there and prune anything. Oh, here comes the digging monster. So anyhow, look, it's even touching the grapefruit tree. That's crazy. So we have some grapefruits. We have an early one that came with the first set of blooms, and then we have a bunch that came with the second set of blooms. And this tree probably does have citrus greening on it, but we're just, you know, keeping it in here because it does still produce. Last year I only got one, which was unfortunate. I don't remember if that was hurricane wind or something knocked a lot of the fruit off of it. Rot, fungus, whatever. Dog. Y'all, I hope you like Boxers because he's in every video. We got the peanut butter fruit tree. Mexican sage, doing great. I still have one paprika pepper in here. And I did put seeds in, but none of the seeds have popped. I don't know if this is going to make it. It does have baby blooms on there. Can you see that? Huh. This is my dragon fruit. I was sorry and looking at this going, what is this? Okay, it's just a leaf. Okay. And then I have cassava, which I was supposed to pull about 2 or 3 weeks ago. Haven't got there yet. Was waiting on a young lady who wants some cuttings, and I don't know, she's got a busy schedule, I guess. We've got the elderberry in here. The moringa is doing great. It's about to drop its leaves. So I need to get my fanny out here, grab all of this greenery, and start, yeah, I can see little yellow pockets there. I need to go grab all that, dehydrate it, and churn it up. Now moringa is a little bit of a spicy, peppery, almost kind of peanut buttery flavor to it. But when you dehydrate it and grind it, it's fantastic. There is none of that heat that comes with it. And I'm strange. I'm allergic to a lot of capsules, so especially vegan capsules. And so I usually just kind of sprinkle moringa on top of a meal or on top of a peanut butter cracker or something like that. So that's how I take in my moringa. This is Mexican cream guava. I pruned it right after it was done fruiting. Here's the new growth on it. There's a couple, here, let's get out of here. Ah! Lots of bugs, spider webs. There was about 7 fruit on it this year, maybe 8. And there's a couple tippy top ones I could not get to. It was dangerous on the ladder, and I don't do danger by myself out here. Then I do have a pineapple guava. We have the oregano on the food forest floor. Oh, I forgot, there's longevity spinach in there too. All this needs a great clean out. The pine needles have been dropping. I have a Lady Margaret passion vine here, and then I have on this first cattle panel and down there by the chicken coop entryway, I have maypop passion vine as well. And the one down there is actually the baby of the one up here. So I did some transplanting. Let me show you the turmeric here. The turmeric is starting to lay over. There's a rose back there. It's yellowing, so it will lose its leaves will go brown and crispy, and then that's when you want to harvest. I see all my flowers and blooms in there. What? No, I'm gonna put you in the house. No. What? He hasn't dug in this area in forever. Look at the miracle fruit berries. They're in their prime. I should get a big bowl inside when I put Buddy inside. Oh gosh, look at the berries all over it. My grandbabies are coming today. I'll get a bunch for them. Oh, look at that cassava. It really needs, I did tie some up, but apparently it broke its ties. I have a little bit of mushroom compost left, and I have homes for where that'll go. I have my red jaboticaba. Still working on my enunciation. I've got my grand named bananas here. Over here we have the Namois bananas, and then you saw my dwarf Cavendishes earlier. This is my shade garden. We put a lot of some ginger, coleus, sun patience, impatience. And here is the mushroom logs. These mushroom logs back in here have really rotted out. So I don't know if we'll get any more mushrooms. Not that I got a lot, but I have got mushrooms, shiitakes, warm shiitakes off of those. Okay, let me put the digger in the house. I'll be right back. What are you guys doing in the avocado tree? There's 4 of them up there. I guess that's one way to escape wet ground. Somebody's still in here. Somebody who's still asleep. Yep, we're short of one. Let me think. Oh, it's a white one. It's Ethel. She's older. We'll let her have her beauty sleep. Okay, you guys, I realize I am not giving you like every single thing. Let me turn around. Yeah, but I'm trying to give you a good view of most things. I have a lot of black-eyed Susan vine in here, a lot of arrowroot, 4 o'clocks, alamanda bush, the angel trumpet. I got chaya back there. I have an acha in here. Let me know if you want any details on any of those as in the comments down below. Let me show you what's going on up here, because I don't want to leave you really sad about after yesterday's video. So it's bad, but it's not as bad as it looks. I moved a couple blocks back into place. I need to move those again a little bit. There's a lot of, okay, if you didn't see yesterday's video, either go back to see it or just, I'll tell you, pretty much all the blocks from here down were underwater or had water under them, and so they floated and they moved. And that's also why you're seeing a lot of the mushroom compost and the wood chips all on top of the market garden. A lot of the flowers laid over. I lost this whole section of zinnias, and there's nasturtiums in here mostly. I don't know that, maybe they'll recover. Right now they're kind of stuck to the ground. I mean, of course, this is the wettest place too, as well. You could still see water through there. So it just may take them a little longer. My lettuce is pretty close to gone. Let me bring you in close so you can see, you know, there are babies and parts in here, and it's just going to take a while for me to get this all, you know, kind of cleaned off and looked at. The basil looks like it might make it. A lot of the broccoli and cauliflower, those are cauliflower right there. I had some broccoli right there, and the Mexican mint marigold, or the Mexican tarragon as some people call it, may actually make it. We just got a lot of cleaning off to do. I'm not real sure about the celery. Maybe it likes water. And I did see the ashwagandha down here, at least the more established ones, look like they may make it. Oops, sorry, I had the camera off. Oh, I think I heard a little rooster. Oh no, it's children. Also sound like roosters. Not as much was planted up in this third row except for these cauliflowers. Those will probably make it. They're gonna delay. I had some ashwagandha in here. And the dill. Oh, the dill. Gee, I forgot. I had baby dill just coming up. Okay, so this is some more established dill. And then these are all the baby dill. Well, they might make it. I mean, it's rough. I'm not gonna lie. But they may make, some of it may make it. You know, maybe. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. So kind of let me explain this garden design. Yes, it's a market garden. But this area has always been the lowest, and it's always flooded during the worst of the hurricanes. And about 3 years ago, I think we had hurricane, was it Nicole? It was a later storm, dropped 19 inches. And that's when I knew this whole bed, this whole area up to kind of this one walkway was underwater. So when I redesigned it, I pulled out the walkways. I pulled out like a foot worth of walkway material, and I put it on the raised bed part. Even though it doesn't have sides, it's still a raised bed in my mind. And then of course last year we put in manure, and this year we put in the mushroom compost. And so they are higher. And yesterday afternoon you could see the tops of at least this far side. Here, let's see. I'll point. So all this started uncovering first. And then this, everything on that side. This side is still kind of lower, so I'll need to work on building that up. But overall, it's mostly this, well, this whole corner is going to need it for sure. And this is lower, but it was leveled originally, but as many heavy trucks for trees and dirt come in, it has condensed and compacted that soil, so it's lower. But the good news is it's lower in the right places. If you're going to have a place for water to drain off, the grassy areas is the place. And so that's what it's doing its job. It's the last to recede. And also up here, this is also the last to recede. So my house front yard is actually not got standing water, but this area is pretty low, and it is what it is. It's okay. It's doing its job. Ugh. These walkways have dried out since yesterday. That's good. Let me take you over here. This is my key lime, which hopefully will drop all of its leaves. It needs to. And start over again. It just got transplanted into this bucket. It wasn't ever giving us, we weren't ever giving it enough sun. Let's put it that way. And so I still have some onions in here. I don't think it's going to be a bit of a failure on the onion part, but I still have time to order onions from Haas. Or I don't know if anybody has them in town, but I'd like to give Haas my business. I have, let me step into here. This bed stayed very dry, which was great. Last year, all of those wood chips broke down. It raised the level in here, so that is fantastic. And I did kind of level this out because this walkway was very low, and I put some over, but it was still enough to keep this bed dry during 16 inches plus of rain. I have some bunching onions there, probably not going to make it. I had a lot of shallots in here. I could even start again. I'd have to weed and figure out what's what, but most of my onions I think are gone. These are shallots right here. Those might make it. I think I just got a huge onion crop failure. The broccoli is picking up and perking up. It's all beat to shreds. Oh my gosh, from all the rain. The cabbage is looking pretty good. I have some purple cabbage in there, but the little bitty purple cabbages, let's see if we can find any like that. I don't know how they're gonna do. And then down here I have Brussels sprouts, look good. And then these are the ones I just put in not that long ago. Capture cabbage is in here. Yeah. And then I have some volunteer stuff I have some volunteer pumpkins as well, from the seed that broke. The pigeon pea has fallen over and hence knocked out the one remaining remaining okra I had in there, and the roselle. I'm just gonna rip all that out. I'll save the seed inside the house. I got two different varieties here. I got a double Mahoy banana. Sorry, I was distracted. What was that red thing down there? That's a Turk's cap hibiscus leaf. Okay. So I still have white sweet potatoes to pull in here if they're not rotted out already. And then of course I got to turn all this over. I'm standing right here in what's going to be the leek, and the garlic's here, and it's vernalizing in the refrigerator. So this is the leek garlic lane, and then this other side's just going to rest for winter. I'll pull the potatoes. I'll probably put all of my potatoes in here, closer to the fence. And then, you know, I might be able to get a crop or two of something in the spring in there. I haven't decided yet. Or at least my brain's not in that place now. Maybe I had something and it's not coming to mind at the moment. Let me show you one other thing. So, the Chief Kubu's edible leaf hibiscus, however, seaside spinach, it has a lot of different names depending on the region it's grown in. It does have some yellowing leaves. Those will fall off, but it will still stay green all winter. It's got a bad lean on it, but overall it's a pretty good and happy plant. We have katuk here. The ones in the back are green, and the ones up here have always had a nutritional deficiency, but they have a lot of their berries on them, and those very if you get them nice and white, like this one for example, those are delicious and very nutty. It's good. Actually, not nutty. It's more like just a pea, like eating a pea. So that's katuk. You can eat the leaves too, but it is loaded. Look at it. It looks like Christmas in there, doesn't it? Look at that. It's like Christmas in the katuk tree. Actually, that's all delicious. But then it'll put on berries and drop them. I might have the grandbabies come out here and grab some of those and eat them. They love, and I swear, they're between their other grandparents and us, they have got a world of experience already at ages 3 and 5 on what to eat and what not to eat in a food forest. The watermelon may or may not make it, but that's okay. It's kind of out of season anyhow. Although people told me to go for it, this one might, you know, if it dries out. And you can get them if you don't have frost. You can actually get a watermelon. I don't know if the pollinators would be out. That's another story. These are my climbing Kentucky Wonder pole beans. We'll see. Of course, I never have cleaned out this part of the garden yet. I haven't had time yet. But I wanted to also, this is the last part I wanted to tell you. So I made this 6 months ago. And it's made with my own grapevines. And we set it here. Of course, the garden, that sign, it was a Christmas gift to me. But then I went and I bought this Freedom Isn't Free and everything. And many of you did offer up prayers on behalf of my nephew. And I want to let you know that he's out of Iraq, he's out of Kuwait, he's in Germany, and he'll be home tomorrow. No, Thursday, 2 days from now. But thank you, everybody, for your prayers. And we're just so thrilled he'll be home for the holidays. I'll see him in a month or so. And yes, we're taking a vacation. But very, very thankful because they did take some bombs on their base a while back. So everything's good. Everything is good. He's coming home. Mexican shrimp plant, just ornamental, but we love it. I think the hummingbirds, or at least pollinators, some pollinators love it. It's like my little secret place. And y'all, with that said, that's going to be the end of our garden tour post October surprise. It is what it is. I think for the most part, we did well through it. Plants are very resilient. They're going to survive. They want to most definitely, you know, even if they're bent over, some of them, I think they call it suntropic. What, like even the sunflowers, you know, they'll follow the sun, but even if they lay over, they'll come upwards to find the sun. A lot of plants do that. I think tomatoes do that and so forth. So we're going to be fine. We might have sustained a little things. It's not even November. I can start the lettuce all over again. You know, we'll get there. We'll clean up. Somebody wants somebody. Hurry up, get out of your car. Okay, on that note, thank you for watching. I hope you made it all the way to the annoying end. Take care, God bless, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.